You know, when you grab something off the shelf at the grocery store, have you ever really thought about the incredible journey it took to get there? It's a wild story of science and engineering. But the real twist? A huge part of it is powered by the same kind of virtual tech that's used to design things like super-fast race cars and jumbo jets. So let's pull back the curtain on the hidden tech behind your food.
I mean, it's one of the biggest challenges on the planet, right? Feeding billions of people, keeping everything safe, and trying not to wreck our resources in the process. How on earth do the world's biggest food producers manage to get it right day in and day out?
Well, here's this secret ingredient. A huge part of the answer, and you might not expect this, involves powerful virtual simulations. Yep, the very same kind of high-tech modeling is being used to perfect everything from how a seed is planted to how a can of soup is made safe. Okay, let's dive right in.
So, here's our roadmap. We're going to start by breaking down what this tech actually is. Then, we'll take a trip to a virtual farm, and after that, a virtual factory. And finally, we'll connect all the dots and see why this stuff really matters. All right, so what is this secret weapon they're using? It has a fancy name, but trust me, the basic idea behind it is something we can all grasp. Let's demystify it. It's called Computational Fluid Dynamics, or CFD for short. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know, but all it really means is using powerful computers to see how fluids move and behave. You can think of it like a digital wind tunnel for a new car, or even a super detailed weather forecast, but for a machine or a process. Instead of building tons of expensive real-world prototypes, you can test everything on a computer first.
And here's the key. When we say fluids, don't just think water. In the food industry, a fluid can be the air circulating in a greenhouse, the spray from an irrigation system, or even the heat flowing through an oven to sterilize food. All of these things flow, and if they flow, you can simulate them with CFD to make them better.
So, let's start our journey right where our food does, out on the farm. How can a digital tool like this actually help grow the food we eat?
This really shows you the leap from the old way to the new way. On the left, you've got the classic problems: wasting water, spraying pesticides all over the place. But on the right, powered by CFD, everything becomes precise. We're talking about drones that follow the perfect flight path to spray only where needed, and irrigation systems designed to get every last drop of water to the crops. It's an absolute game changer.
And the applications are just everywhere. Engineers are designing drones that cut through the air perfectly for the most effective spraying. They're modeling exactly how water jets from a sprinkler will behave to maximize coverage. They're even creating the perfect airflow inside a greenhouse to control the climate and keep plants healthy. This is digital farming, and it is seriously powerful.
Okay, next stop on our journey, the food has left the farm, now it's headed to a processing plant, where, believe it or not, the stakes get even higher.
And this quote from the source material just nails it. We all want our food to be safe, to taste good, and to be affordable. A huge part of that is sterilization, basically using heat to kill any bad stuff. But here's the catch. Too much heat and you ruin the taste and quality. It is a very delicate dance. So how does CFD help win that dance? Well, check this out. An engineer can build a perfect digital copy, a digital twin, of, say, a pouch of soup. Then they can run a simulation to watch exactly how the heat flows through it. This lets them find the one single spot inside that heats up the slowest. They call it the slowest heating zone. And once you know where that is, you can tweak the whole process to make sure that one spot gets perfectly sterilized without overcooking everything else. It's brilliant.
And it's not just sterilization, not by a long shot. This virtual toolkit gets used for everything. For designing refrigeration units with the perfect airflow to keep food fresh longer. For making pasteurization more effective. For modeling how tiny particles move through the air in a clean room to keep it spotless. Even for perfecting the machines that turn liquid milk into protein powder. So, we've seen this tech in the field and in the factory. But let's zoom out. What's the bottom line here? Why should you and I care about all this hidden tech?
When you boil it all down, the payoff is huge, and it hits three key areas. First, higher food safety. That's a big one. Second, you get improved product quality, food that just tastes better because it hasn't been overprocessed. And third, you get a massive boost in efficiency and sustainability because you're not wasting energy, water, or other resources.
And listen, this isn't some far-off futuristic dream. The absolute biggest names in food, we're talking Cargill, Nestle, Tyson Foods, Kraft Heinz, you name it, are already using this tech every single day. It's happening right now, behind the scenes of the food you see in the store. What it really gives these companies is a digital sandbox, a place where they can try out new ideas, innovate, and perfect their systems without the massive cost and risk of building something in the real world first. It just makes the entire supply chain from farm to fork that much smarter and safer.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? We've just seen how simulation is completely changing the food on our plates. So the real question is, what else is being quietly revolutionized by this technology, hiding in plain sight, and reshaping the world all around us?